Johnson, and this is Focus on Liberia. Hit it! From Cape Mount to Cape Palmer, Mount Nimba to Atlantic Ocean, over me hills to Pocondre, to educate, elevate, and promote. Talk about home affairs, in diaspora, current affairs, reliable information, history, talking about culture, politics, education, entertainment, business, sports, advertisement, articulation. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. From Monday to Sunday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Focus on Liberia. This is a special edition we call Between the Headlines. My name is Dennis Jar, and we're broadcasting from Atlanta, Georgia. Tonight, I am happy to be in the company of a very special group of people. That is the Carroll High Alumni Association of the Diaspora. That's Carroll High. If you were in your Kippa and you didn't go to Carroll High or Last High, I don't know what you were doing. So I'm so happy, I'm thrilled to have this group. They are planning their convention in Minnesota, and we're going to be talking about that. We're going to also be talking about Carroll High and how things are with this great school. I am excited to welcome all of you, starting with the Vice President of the Alumni Association, Sylvester Johnson. We used to call him Survey. Welcome, Survey.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. The only lady among us here is the chairperson of the Planning and Social Committee, that's Samantha Tokba Scott. Welcome, Samantha.
Thank you. Glad to be on here.
Thank you. Let me welcome the person who's responsible for membership. He's the chairman on membership, Mr. P. Gabi. Welcome, P.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you.
Thank you. Last and definitely not the least is Mr. Regina Nasube. He's the chairman of the Strategic Plan Working Committee. We used to call him Reggie. Welcome, Reggie.
Thank you so much, Dennis. And thanks for having us on your show. It's been 35 years since I last saw you, Guinea.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been 35 years.
It's great that this show brings us together, and thanks for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I want to welcome all our viewers from across the globe. This is Focus on Liberia, where we educate, we elevate, and promote all things Liberia. One of the things we're going to be promoting today is the Carroll High School Alumni Association. And all of you, this is your first time on Focus on Liberia. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all of us at FOL, I want to welcome you with and give you a bottle of water. You know, there's not palm wine in here. A bottle of water and say, feel at home, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, it's great to be here. Before the show, I was telling you, I said, if I were in Yakipa, where my sister lived from the early 1970s, she taught at Area C or Area B school, then Lanco, then Lake Traco, and everything. So if I were living with her, I was definitely going to go to Carroll High School because it's one of the best schools in Liberia. Let me get a little bit about yourself, just a little bit about you as a form of introduction. Already talk about what you were doing in Carroll High. Just an icebreaker. Let me start with Samantha.
You mean personal?
Anything personal, anything you want to say is your first time.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Samela Topa Scott. I used to go by Samela Topa. Now I'm married and I've taken my husband's last name. But I love everything Yekepa and I love everything education. I'm an advocate for the underprivileged, getting all of the help they can get with getting themselves through school. I'm a Christian. I'm very busy in the religious cycle. I am a church administrator for my church, and I also play a key role in the diaspora in the Presbyterians in Diaspora Association. I am the Secretary General, so we have pulled together our resources here to help our church back home. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you so much. Let me go to Pay. Our chairman membership.
Yeah, I'm paid Bill Gabi. I'm a guy that work with different organizations. I'm a Christian, especially. I work with Christian organizations, helping to build IT stuff for Christian organizations and non-Christian organizations, and also work with the Alumni Association for a very long time, both in Liberia and in the diaspora. So I'm a guy that always like to be here there with IT stuff and also work in the telecommunication industry for a long time.
Thank you. And because my sister lived in Yokipa for over 40 years, maybe, so I'm familiar with people in Yokipa. And fortunately, I was able to live in Guinea as a refugee, people over from Yokipa. And in Guinea, I met Regina Nasibu and the entire Nasibu family. Regina, welcome. A little bit about you.
Thank you, thank you. Since we are talking about Carroll High, I will start with Carroll High. I went to Carroll High, graduated from Carroll High in 1988, matriculated to Cottonton, was at Cottonton, major in math, and then the war started. Became a refugee in Guinea. But for me, for everything I do, at the heart of it is making the lives of others better. I work with the UN in multiple roles, pretty much ensuring that people have food, water, and clothing. And Zerikore formed the first library in Guinea, work with women at risk. So I was involved in a swath of humanitarian work across Guinea for 2-3 years. Migrated to America in 1993, started school again from scratch, went to the University of Virginia, graduated, became a CPA, so I'm a certified public accountant, went back, got a degree in systems and information engineering, and now I run a business that automate investment decision making. But as I said, Yekepa, Lamco play a formative role in making me who I am today, especially Carroll High. So we are here to talk about Carroll High, and it's important that we give back to Yekepa and people in Carroll High so their lives can be better.
Thank you. And there's something about, I'm trying to be biased now, something about the class of 88. I don't know, but if you're not part of that class, I'm sorry. Sylvester, I also met Sylvester in Zerikore, and we were privileged to teach at the refugee school in Zerikore. So,
Thank you for having me. I'm Sylvester Johnson, having the privilege to be the vice president of this great alumni association. Hats off to my president, Emmanuel Weber, who has given us this opportunity to showcase what we have planned to do. I was born in Yekepa, grew in Yekepa, lived all my life in Yekepa. From Kianfo, migrated to Iraq, and then was there all the way up to the war, and then we went to Guinea, met some great people, started working for IRC, teaching, met Dennis Ja, his brother, and the Nasibe and everybody. And then I left and came back to Monrovia. I was a principal for a Gion High School, left and went to Ghana, and then hustling in Ghana, and then came to America and started life in America again. And with the passion that I had, started to go back to school, and had a degree into correctional institutions. So I currently work for the Massachusetts Department of Correction. So in the administrative area, and I am also a minister of the gospel. So it's just a great experience having all these great people. So it's a great time. And thank God for Carroll High that made us to be who we are today.
Thank you. And so let's get right into. Thank God for Carroll High. What does Carroll High School mean to you personally, and how has that influenced your ongoing involvement with the Alumni Association? Let me start with Regina.
So probably I'll take this opportunity to just give a history of Carroll High, a context. So Carroll High was founded in 1969 by the Christian Brothers. It's a Catholic order with an explicit purpose to deliver high quality, affordable education to underserved youth in Liberia. I mean, it's very noble if you look at it. It was in Grassfield for 10 years. 1980, they moved to Yikipa from Grassfield, and it became co-ed. Initially, it was only boys' school, and catering to both boys and girls that work for the company. And it doesn't matter whether your parents work for the company or not, they made sure that if you cannot afford it, you have access to quality education. That was the second decade. And then the war came, and then the school was ravished like every other school. And they are struggling right now. And our goal, being personally, and the team here, is to make sure that we give back to Carroll High and move it to where it was before. When I say where it was, for 10 years in a row, Carroll High came number one in the national exams. Carroll High was good at music. If you go to Cottontown, LU, the musical tradition there was carried by Carroll High students. So Carroll is just an excellent place for us. I can't pay back enough. It sets the foundation for who I am as a person. And I want to make sure that people continue to have access to it personally. And as an organization, that's what we are all about.
Thank you. And if you were not in Yikipa, or if you were not familiar with Carroll High, but you were in Monrovia, you heard St. Patrick's, that's the Carroll High we're talking about. So St. Patrick is to Monrovia, or is to like St. Patrick's, Carroll High. Those were all high quality learning institutions. And there was an assumption that whoever went to Carroll High was just good. Whoever went to St. Patrick was just a good student. But we're going to hear more. Tay, let's talk about Carroll High. What does Carroll High mean to you personally? How has that influenced your decision to be part of this organization giving back to Carroll High?
Yes, our one of those that are privileged to graduate from Carroll High School at the end of the when the war hit Liberia, 1990 war, the 1990 class, and then the war hit, and then 1992, the Christian brother came back, were in refugee camp, and then they said, look, we have trained these people from 7th grade all the way to 12th grade. Should we let them go? So it was a privilege for us to come back and graduate in 1992. And it was just a blessing, and I consider that as a special thing that God put in my heart to give back to the school. Besides that, I was one of those that went to Carroll High School on scholarship from 8th grade all the way. So it is a blessing for me because the institution itself mold us and to be able to give back. Because if you look at this Christian brother coming from all the way Ireland to come and do the utmost sacrifices to have her educated, it means a lot to me, So I think I should give back to Carroll High School, given the circumstances that I went through to graduate from Carroll High School.
Thank you. Let me go to Samantha. Same question. And I want you to tell me, how is Carroll High today?
Okay, thank you. So, like Bill said, I was one of those who benefited from scholarships at Carroll High School. So I know what it means for somebody to hold your hand and take that expenses out of the way of your parents. My mom was a single mom. So the opportunity I had to get on a scholarship from grade 7 to 11, it did a lot for my family, not only me, because just because of that, my mom was able to cater to my other siblings and other family members that she was taking care of. Carroll High opened me up to the world of computers. Can you imagine back then in the days, in the 80s, I went to computer classes after school, and that is one of the key reasons why I'm tech savvy today. There's a lot of things that I do on the computer, like people my age will not be able to do, and my kids, they can't make it with me when it comes to technology because of the background that I had at Carroll High. And I was so devastated when the war came because I was only in the 11th grade when the war came. I did not have the opportunity to graduate from Carroll High School, and that made me so sad. I ended up graduating from St. Teresa's Convent, but I am not as involved as I am with the Carroll High Alumni Association. And I am proud to say that I was one of the founding members of the Alumni Association back home. We took it from scratch, and I was active with that association until I moved to the US in 2021. So why wouldn't I want to give back to an institution that helped mold me, that helped pick me up from the ground to where I am now? The only thing we can do is to help another child. Even if we can't get the school back to what it is now, at least we can bring it up to par with other schools in the country. Carroll High right now is a destitute institution. The music room that was so booming and full of activity is no more because there are no instruments. The science lab is empty of all of the test tubes and all of those chemicals we used to work with. The auditorium, can you imagine now it has those ordinary plastic chairs that everybody use in Monrovia right now, and even the stage is down. All of the good things that we were used to, that we grew up doing, all of those activities, they are all being brought down by the war, and it would take great efforts like what we are doing now to bring the institution back up to par.
That makes me sad. But so it appears that Regina and I are the seniors here, right? Class of '88. So,
Yeah.
so now has alumni living abroad, what unique responsibilities or opportunity do you feel, you that you need to support the school? And again, I want you to lay emphasis on what really the alumni association is about, and what make you feel that you should do something about Carroll High?
Oh, okay. So the Alumni Association here is comprised of members, alumni, and former students. We are not just limiting it to people who graduated from Carroll High. Even if you pass through the walls of Carroll High, like I talked to somebody today, they did just one semester. It was not quite a whole semester because they entered in, I think, March. We closed for Easter break, and then the war came, they had to leave, but they still hold strong ties to that school. So anybody like that, we encourage you to come on board and join us, because we are all bringing ourselves together to help the school, one, and to also reconnect and reminiscence about all of the good things that we had. Like, I tell my children all the time about my school. I sing the school old because that brings back memories. Me and my sister, sometimes we get together and just talk about what good came to us from going through the walls of that institution. If those brothers from all the way Ireland could come together, found that school and support it through the years, why can't we do the same as Liberians who passed through that walls and who benefited from those good gestures. This is what the Alumni Association is all about. And we are not only working in isolation here in the US, we also have a very established association back home. We are in contact with the Catholic Diocese on Education. So it's, it's like a four-pronged thing that we are trying to attack it from all corners. We keep in contact. Alumni from here have gone back there and visited the school and do fact-finding and all of that. So we are all working together for one goal.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Because
No, I wanted to
I
piggyback
to
on
stop
what
the call.
you said, because you asked a question of what we're doing explicitly. So the association has two broad goals. One, we want to affiliate, meet with ourselves, keep our connection. And two, explicitly, is this to help Carroll High. One of the first things we did when we reconstituted the association was put together a strategic plan on how do we move Carroll High from where it is today to where it's going to be in the short run, in a year, 3 years, and 5 years. So we have a 5-year strategic plan. We work with all stakeholders, the school, the students. We have people travel there, multiple trips to see exactly what's going on. So we have that plan all laid out. And what we're doing now, we're prioritizing funding. For example, we send money to help them prepare for the national exams. We're putting together a budget together to tackle those items we have in the strategic plan going forward. So 5 years from now, we're not just talking about infrastructure, but we're talking about music, we're talking about academic, and explicitly want to improve their pass rate in the national exam. For example, with the convention, one of the fundraising initiatives we have is Support a Child. It costs $150 to sponsor a child. The goal is to have scholarship for 90 by the time we get to the convention. So there are multiple fronts that we're doing. We need money to do that, and we're raising the money, and we're going to execute, and we're going to make sure that we do all we can to contribute to making Carroll High better.
Thank you, Sylvester. And I feel that personal connection too. As I said, my sister lived there since I think 1973. So that means my nephew, my nieces, they went to Carroll High. So as Samantha was talking about the current condition, I'm here thinking now, okay, where do we find the bright spot now? Is it that all the schools are gone? But Sylvester, let's talk more about the Alumni Association. I know Reggie already talked about the goal, but I want you to give me more on that, how you guys came together and how the association has evolved over the years and where you are now.
Thank you. The association has come a long way, especially the association in the diaspora come a long way. Starting anything from scratch is not easy. It comes with a lot of challenges and all of that. But thank God, we stood the challenges, and today we are where we are because of some great men and women. And now we are focused on bringing Carroll High to the pre-war status, and it's challenging. It's doable, but it requires a lot of work and a lot of resources. So that is our primary focus. It's not just about gathering to have fun and retrospect on all the good days that we had. We are also talking about how we can 1 minute, how we can get. Yeah. We are also talking about how we can, bring the school back to where it was, and that is our goal. And sitting here and looking at how much we acquire from Carroll High, what if we sit back and the school is no more? We're going to be talking about history. Or there was a school that is called Carroll High. It will be a big shame to all of us, that your alma mater is no more. So we got together, through some alumni association. We had our first convention last year in PA through some great guys who organized it, and we went there. It was great. I mean, we really brainstorm and put some plan together, like Reggie just talked about a strategic plan, and that is what we really focusing on. This is not a social club. This is not an association just to raise money and enjoy ourselves, but we really want to bring the school to where we met it.
And it's very important you guys are doing this, right? I'm wondering here, when Carroll High was started, or when Moravia College that I went to, or St. Pat, all these schools, right? Right now, I don't see any school that is at that level it was before the war. It didn't take alumni association. It didn't take all these things that we are doing now. What's different? Why is it that? And I'm not trying to challenge why you are together, right? But why is it that students or former students have to do this? The Catholic diocese that did it before, or the AME church that did it for Moravia College, or where are all these people? Are they no longer involved?
Well, you see, the war, the Civil War had different stages, right? And there are a lot of challenges in Liberia. And looking at the challenges in Liberia, the Cali institution did well to establish a school to help Ministry of Education to drive the educational force of Liberia, to have Liberians and foreign national once you're in the border of Liberia to be educated. But with the different stages of civil war priorities and all those different stuff, it has just been a huge challenge out there. It's even the Alumni Association we are established here in America and also established in Liberia, and both organizations are registered organization, and we're working together to tackle the problem. The problem is not just with us, Alumni or Carroll High School, but it's a general problem in the country.
Yeah.
So we have to take an approach that will, get this thing going fast. Why they say when there's a common Liberian parable when somebody,
You're watching your back.
yes, you should
I
also
think you watch your stomach.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we're not just sitting in the diaspora and say, okay, let's see what the people will do. Let other NGO come, let other people go there and do it. No, these NGO you saw out there operating, they were collecting funds, $5. If you see the TV, they're asking for $5, $10. We ourselves can do the same thing to help our educational system so that the social problem that is in Liberia, when the kids are educated, some of the problems will go away. It will minimize a lot of stuff. So our way of helping to strengthen the educational system is what you see us doing, apart from social networking to our alumni association. But hey, you got to be having a clean house to start enjoying out there. Look at the Carroll High people, they're boarding. But then what happened to Carroll High? Somebody put, but they put our boarding in, it's still there. They didn't want that their house looking at it. No. We want to be able to showcase Carroll High School and say, hey, this is Carroll High School. We have brought it to this level and we move forward. So the challenges are there. That's why we're having the different events. That's why we're having a scholarship. We have a website. It's not just restricted to this event. People can go there anytime to give donations so that we can help to move the school forward.
Thank you, Reginald. Let me come to you. The planning, because I'm looking at the problem you have just enumerated is not just Carroll High. From my hometown all the way behind Gauls back in Sino County to my high school in Moravia, Carroll, everywhere, Bong Mines. The problem is the same. Have we been able to look at the root cause? What really is happening? And what can we do? Because I believe before you kind of put a plan together, you want to see what really caused this thing. I know the war caused it, but how can we really fix it? And are we in the position? Can we do it? Is it something that we are able to accomplish if we kind of rightly diagnose what the issues are? Am I making sense, Regina?
Yeah, I think you're making a whole lot of sense, and I like the fact that you're broadening the issue, beyond Carroll High, because obviously it's beyond Carroll High.
Yeah.
And as Pia was saying, war changed things, the environment changed, but one thing that hasn't changed is those brothers and where you went to school. They set a template for us, and the template you needed uh, accountability, right? You needed a plan, you needed money to do it. So the brothers then were being funded by the Catholic Church and by LAMCO. But LAMCO is not funding, Stella Mattel is not funding them anymore. And the brothers don't have money to fund Carroll High. So all we're doing, instead of sitting down, every penny counts. We're just making our contribution. But one important thing is whatever contribution we have to do, it has to be done in a controlled, accountable way to make sure the money gets to the intended purpose.
Thank you. So Mary wanted to come in.
Oh yeah, what Reggie just alluded to about the brothers not being around anymore. Yeah, I agree when you say most of your schools in Liberia now are not at pre-war status. That's true. And that's all the more reasons why alumni associations like ours should come in and help. And I always like to give the example of the Saints and Friskies, the St. Patrick's and Convent Alumni Association. Do you know that the St. Patrick's School was closed several years ago? But mind you, there's a very big project. St. Patrick's School is being rebuilt. It's almost finished. And that was through the efforts. There hasn't been a penny from the Catholic Church in Liberia. They only gave the land, and the Alumni Association has taken that building from foundation to where it is right now. So there's a whole lot that alumni associations can do to help their former schools, because of course the economic situation back then is not the same, and there's donor fatigue all around the world right now. So whoever were donors, you can't count on those donors all the time. You have to have something in place that can be sustained so that the school will keep getting the support that they need.
Thank you. And with all what you are doing, you depend on your membership. So let me come to our membership committee pay to ask you, some of the most effective methods you've deployed for new members and also keeping old members and making it vibrant. And I'm saying this to you because let me admit that I'm not too active in my alumni association, so I'm embarrassed, like you are saying all this. But what are your strategies to keep your group together, very vibrant, and how do you get them involved? Because it's not enough to say, let's just do they have members incentives? What keep them going? How do you get more and more people kind of trying to come in, including those who didn't graduate from Carroll High? Like for me, I have a lot of, Robert Gibson, my nephew, he died. So probably, someone like me can say, I can do this, for my nephew who died, who also, if he was alive, was going to be part of you guys, right?
Yeah.
So tell me how you do it.
Okay, I think, may his soul rest in peace. I think Raul was my classmate. I think we were in 8th grade together, if I'm mistaken. Along with Sylvester or something. Raul Gibson.
Yeah.
So, initially, I even told you, I said the association is well established in Liberia. And see, I served as vice president of the association in Liberia before. And during that time, my experience that I had and to bring people on board was we took a strategy that worked well for us at the time, and I brought that on board also from here. The first thing, you have to be very you have to be a person that keeping your old friends. That is, keep the old one, make new ones. Not put the old ones away and make new friends. So some of the strategy that we use in Liberia, we brought it on both on the end. Like Sameda said, we were engaged over there. When you see the membership, we have a very big membership, a large pool of membership. So what we do is take for example, Reggie got all his classmates, right? We encourage Reggie to say, look, talk to your classmate. Hey, pay talk to your classmate, Sylvester, talk to your classmate, because when we're in high school, we have our own little groups, and then those that in my circle, I make sure I bring them on board, and then the other people do the same thing. And then what we do, we have a database that will keep everybody number in, and when we have a group that will keep everybody in that group, we bring it on board and keep the database safe, that have your email address, your phone number, and your location in the States. So what we do, we when we call in meeting, when we trying to organize, we reach out to these different individuals or the different former students and alumni through telephone calls. We make calls out. We make a lot of calls out to them, reach out to them, talk to them personally. And then when we finish talking to them, we ask them who else that we have not spoken to. And then they'll say, okay, take the number now. I will text you this person number. I will send you their names. And then we capture it. And then we ask, but then which class the person are in, who the person friend. And then they will tell us, okay, that's so, and then we'll get to that person, and the person to try to, it's just a kind of a ripple effects that bring people together. Because you'll find people in their own cycle, but at the same time, you find people in different classes, that reaching out to their classmates and bringing everybody on board. So currently, we have over 300 members of Carroll High Alumni Association across estimated figure across America and other places. Mind you, Carroll High Alumni Association diaspora is not just America; it's Canada, all other countries except Liberia. We got members in the Scandinavian country. We got people in Australia, and then the UK. We have people in Argentina and different places that is part of the membership pool. So all of these people are captured and they are into one basket. We have a group that will reach out to them. If we're not getting response from you, we follow up with you, and then we also what we do is we get those people involved into the activities, so you can't just be left out. There somebody in Canada that is part of the board, and so it's not just when we say diaspora, it's not just America or North America.
Thank you. I mean, that's excellent.
Can I just add on to what Bill said? One thing, Mr. Ja, is everybody wants to have a sense of belonging, and every time you invite someone to a place, whether it's a church organization or an alumni association, when they come there, the first question they ask themselves is, "Do I belong here?" So we kind of have concern for one another. Like Bill said, we have a circle that we touch base. And, like even the great days, like birthday, like bereavement and other things, like we have had leadership represent us at funerals and other places, and what have you. Even right now, as we speak, the president is attending a funeral in Rhode Island, all of that. So that kind of motivates people to say, wow, I think I should, be a part of this group. I should put more time into this, because they're not just after my money, but they're also after my well-being. So that's one of the strategy too that works. It's good to kind of be connected to people in every form or shape. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
I want to jump in there, talking about being connected. Samantha is playing a special role on this call. She co-chairs the planning committee for the Minnesota convention. So I want her to spend some time talking about the convention, giving us.
Right, we're coming to that. I just wanted to let me bring you in, and then we'll go to Samantha for the convention, because I want to use Carroll as a template, right? And so permit me so that I can get more. So build, Regina, because how are you integrating feedback into your long-term planning? Are you being able to get feedback? Because maybe when you started, you are not where you were before. So my question to you is, how you're getting feedback from across the diaspora to make sure to integrate in your plans as you
Uh,
look, towards the next 2 to 3 to 5 years.
yeah, so it's not my plan.
No, I mean your
It's
plan being the
Carroll High's
Carolina.
plan, right?
Yeah.
All I did was responsible for helping put it together. And this plan is democratized, bottom up. It's on Google Drive, in Excel. So everything we do has to be tied to that strategic plan. And as things change, or if someone comes and say, "Oh, I want to do this for Carroll High," the question is it on the strategic plan? If it's there, then how do we prioritize? So if it's not part of the strategy, then we're not just being tactical, but the way we get feedback is making sure that everyone have access to it, everyone agree to it, and we're making sure that it serves the school, the teachers, and the students well.
Thank you.
But Dennis, you're talking about a template. You said something, and I want to come back to. I want to get to that. And by the way, I just want to say I have my sympathy on the passing of your nephew. But you said, "Oh, I didn't go to Carroll High, but if I want to give to Carroll High, I could do it on behalf of my nephew." I think that's where you were going, right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of that's the feedback you just give, right? So and we have an open site that you can go in and make it easy for you to donate, and maybe you could donate on behalf of a parent, a brother, a nephew as you have, but the site is open to everybody. So donating and contributing to the betterment of Yekipa, Liberia, Carroll High is all of us business. So thank you for pointing that out, and it's open for you, to contribute.
Thank you. I just feel that if we can do it for one, we all need that one shiny example. Somebody was telling me, they say, well, librarians don't support. I said, librarians will start to support if they see progress, if they see success, because everybody wants to be identified with success, right? So if we have one school like Carroll High, and great that Samela gave you example of St. Patrick's and Convent, right? Because that's one group that is doing phenomenal. Another group is B.W. Harris. So we want these kind of examples that can draw people that everybody can use as a template so that we can bring our, do something. Because if this generation goes away without doing these things, it's going to be hard. But Samantha, let's go to Convention 2025. And as you plan this, as you go through the planning of it, just walk us through the planning process and what were some of the things that you introduced or that were introduced by your committee for Convention 2025 in Minnesota?
Okay, thank you. So Convention 2025, we brainstormed, and based on what we took one of the priorities from our strategic plan that Reggie referenced. So the overall theme is support our students, strengthen our legacy. So the convention starts, of course, it's been hosted in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. I forgot to start with that. And it runs from September 12th through the 14th. So on day one, we are having an informal meet and greet, which will be hosted by one of our Cobras. When I say Cobra, the mascot for the school is Cobra, so we call each other Cobras. So the meet and greet will be hosted by one of the Cobras here in Minnesota, and it will start at 5 and it will go through the wee hours of the night. And people will be coming from all over, because our members are all over the diaspora. People will be coming from all over, and that is where they will congregate for that informal gathering, reconnect, reminiscence, and all of that. And then the next day, which is September 13th, we will be having our business session. The business session will be held at the Coon Rapids. It will be held right here in Blaine at the Club West Clubhouse. So it starts from 9 and then it will go to 1 p.m. And after that, we get into our cars and go to the Walker Arts Center, where we'll be able to tour, and then we'll go to the Basilica too, where we'll do a photo shoot and all of that, just so people can have a chance to experience the beauty of the Twin Cities. You can't just come to Minnesota, just do your Carroll High thing and just leave. We have to show you some of the beautiful areas in Minnesota. So we'll do that. And then we will gather again in the evening of the 13th to have our dinner and ball. That will be a fundraiser event. We are selling tickets for $50 a person. And like Reggie said, we have a whole website where you can go there to do everything convention for this convention. You can register if you are a Cobra. You can go there and register. The convention fee is $150. We also have a link there for you to buy your tickets. If you are a friend of Carroll High, or just from hearing us here, you're interested and you want to help, you can come and attend our event. And at that event, we will do a rally to raise funds. We also have a link there to buy t-shirts. On Saturday, we will be wearing our t-shirts for the meet and greet. So the t-shirts are being sold at $25. You can go to the website. I don't know whether you're able to share the link to the CHSAAD website here. So at that dinner, we have written, thank you. Yeah, that's the outline of all of the activities for the convention. We have also written sponsors. We have various categories of sponsors. And just from hearing us here, if you're interested in being a sponsor, we have different levels of sponsorship. We have gold, we have bronze, we have platinum, we have silver. You can click on the links on our website and be able to sponsor 5, 10, 7 students at Carroll High School. It costs about $150, Reggie?
You're correct.
Yeah, $150 to sponsor a child. And our goal for this convention is to sponsor at least 90 students. And we are not just saying, please do it, please help us. We are also doing it ourselves. We agree that amongst us, the leaders, we will each sponsor at least a child. We can go more than that, but every leader of the association should be able to sponsor one child. And then on the 3, which is September 14th, Sunday, we all went to Carroll High School. We said Mass several times a year. So we will be worshiping with the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church that Sunday morning to have Mass, where prayers will be said for the association and the school. And then from there in the afternoon, we gather again at another Cobra's house for our farewell and gratitude barbecue to just say thanks to everybody who came. And that will be open to the public too. Cobras, friends of Carroll High School, just anybody who is interested can stop by and hang out with us at the barbecue. Yeah, so that is it for the rundown of activities for Convention 2025.
Who is coming? Who else is, besides Cobras? Do you have other people that will be attending that you're open to?
So the meet and greet is open. It's an open event. The business section that's the event that will be only Carroll High School alumni and former students, because we'll be discussing reports. We will be discussing our strategic plan and all of that. But for the event in the evening, on Saturday evening, it's open to the public, and that's why we are selling tickets. So you can click on the link and purchase a ticket and come. If you're not able to do that, show up at the door. We'll also be happy to receive you. Let's make this a big a happy event. It is not just for merrymaking, although we have fun, but it's also to raise funds for our students back home. The barbecue, again, as I said, is open to the public, so feel free to join us. All of the information is there on the flyer. We'll be happy to have anybody joining us.
Right. And so let's say if people are buying tickets now, and how do you buy tickets? Zelle, Cash App, what are the different methods? If I'm not dead, but I want to get my tickets and everything now, how do I do it?
I would prefer to build our technical guy who will give more details on that.
Okay, so if you go to the website, I got it. We
That's the
have
that's the website. That's CHSAA diaspora.com.
diaspora.org. Yep. If you go to the website, then you go to where we have the donate.
Donate.
Oh, if you click on the donate part of it, and then we have list of items there. But if you see the first lineup where you have Minnesota Convention 2025 member, is for membership. It's for the convention payment, and then you have guests, Minnesota Convention 2025, and then you also have Minnesota Convention T-shirt. And then if you go further down on the website, this is just a flyer, but the website is out there and on the main URL. So if you go at the donate page below a where you see support a student donate now, if you click on that link, the link will give you all the options how to pay. And the great thing about the convention, okay, now if you go to the donate page, yep, click it. Okay, scroll down. Just go down. Okay, right there. You see all the ones in red. Let me just explain that a little bit. Come down a little bit. Yeah, right there. So you see where you have Minnesota Convention 2025 members. So that if you click that button, it will pop up and give you the option to pay your convention fee. Then the one next to it, where you see right there, and then yes, where you see Minnesota Convention guests, when you click that, you pay for your guest order. The moment we receive the payment, we'll see all your details, and then we'll send you the ticket. And then the next one where you see Minnesota Convention T-shirt, the next one, yes, you go when you click on it, you will be able to once you pay, we'll receive the information, and then we'll send you, we'll lock your name in for the T-shirt. Yes, $25 for the T-shirt. And there are three ways you can pay. You either pay by debit, credit card, or the cash out is there on the main page, or the Zelle is there on the main page. So once we receive the payment, we'll prepare your name. You'll be part of the listing to receive your T-shirt. So if you go back on the website, just go one step backward, go down and just click, go down. Okay, scroll down again. Let me just show you another thing. Okay, right there, support. Go, yeah, there's a button right there. Now go up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yes, right there. If you click it, it says support a student, donate now. If you click that, if you just click it, you'll see the pop-up will come for payment. So if you just scroll over there, you see there are different options over there. If you we have 750, we have 450, we have 300 and others. Right below the figures there, you can select what type of sponsor you want to be. So everything is set up in easy to pay or to support the whole process. And one of the good things about this convention, our convention program is going to be live on your phone, and also it's going to be a software program. The whole program line will be on your phone, and you'll follow up all the different payment methods, what's going to be happening in the convention. Everything will be on your phone. It makes it easy for you to be able to support. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is to have this a success story for Liberia, to have this success story for education, to have this same success story that the Christian brother left and came to Africa to help the educational system. So that's why we're coming with all of these different things that you see popping up around the convention. And the good thing about convention is that, like Samantha was saying, it is in addition to what Samantha was saying, it is not just former students. Carroll High started in 1969. 1969 up to the war, you have the older boys from Grassfield will also be there. So it's a mixture of older Cobras, middle, young Cobras, and guests and different people from across the world that will be coming. And I think I understood some of our colleagues from the Scandinavian, Australia are also thinking about attending the convention. And that's the good thing about the convention. You come, you're not just coming, you come to meet old classmates, you come to meet old friends, and you also come to enjoy the moment together, to be able to support your alma mater. Take, for example, if I be able to meet somebody who are in Carroll High from Grassfield, I was not in Grassfield, I would be excited. Oh, this is a older Cobra. And when you come to this convention, the thing that you enjoy about the convention is you get to see your classmate that you have not seen for a very long time. So it's very important to come to this convention. When you come to the convention, a lot of things happen for you. If we awaken your spirit, you think about what you used to do in class. You think about what you used to do when you were on campus. And you if you observe the environment, you see people in different groups time for lunch break. You see older
Who's the oldest Cobra you expecting? Who will be the youngest in terms of class now?
Well, take for example, we have Patrick Cooper. They were in Carroll High before, long time before, from the Grassfield. You have Ajivon. I don't want to start calling names.
That would be in the 90s. That would be in the 1970s.
Yeah, don't put me in trouble because I don't want to start calling names on the
No,
Grassfield.
don't call names. Just say we'll get Cobra from 1968 and get Cobra from 2024.
So I don't want to call names for them to grab the other Cobra and start spanking and say, hey, small boy. So we got Cobra from the 70s, from the 80s, and then from the 90s and up to the 2000 year. So we got a different group of people that are coming, and like you, they are all captured in our database, in our membership, and we're interacting. We get advice from one another, and they are there to the older Cobras are there to guide us in a lot of things. Mind you, Carroll High School started with all boys, and then later on came to Yekepa, mixed up with boys and girls. So that history is there. We are a big family. So it's very important for you to come to the convention and meet the different kinds of Cobra. The convention is a very good environment to see who are your friends in terms. Sometimes somebody will be living with you right in your community. You don't even know he's a Cobra. But when you come to the convention, you see the person, oh, my man, you want to carry her? Yeah. Oh, yeah, somebody invited me. So it's very important for you to attend the convention. And it's very important for you to give support because think about it. When we're in the refugee camp, when we're in school, there are people who raise money to sustain us. It's not magic we're doing.
Right. No, and that's very important. There's a mission school started in my hometown in the 1930s, 1940s, right? And it was just one woman who came there after graduating from college in DC. But it was that lady who started, and we all went to the school as kids. Now we have money more than that one female teacher. So we are able to give more. So it's the same, right? Even the Catholic people that started it, maybe a few persons, we want Sylvester get more money than the father who was there. So yeah, we should. So what's about teachers and members of people? Let me see where we're getting the feedback from. Sylvester, okay. Mute yourself, Sylvester, there's feedback.
So like
if you are watching us and you are Cobra or not a Cobra, you want to join the conversation, you want to flash and beat your chest, say you want to be there, please call the number on the screen. I want to see more people from Carroll High calling in and telling us their experience. We have like 15 minutes to close. But I want to...
You were talking about teachers. Let's take for example.
Yeah, I want to know whether there are some teachers that will be coming, some PTA members.
Of course. The member of our board, Mr. Dagbe, he's one of the teacher that taught us in Carroll High School, and he member of the board. He never attended Carroll High School, but he taught Carroll High School. And the guest speaker will become the guest speaker is Mr. Smith, who taught us in St. Joseph. And even though, I mean, you got to leave from St. Joseph and come to Carroll High School, but he was principal for St. Joseph. So it's not just alumni, former student, but it's also open to people who made an impact in our lives in teaching. So it's once you enter that school to say hello, not even teaching, you're part of the you're part of the program already. Come and see some of
Even when you ever work with Lanco Sir, you're part of Carroll High.
Exactly.
So Samantha, what are some of the activities? Maybe you're going to have kickball, you're going to have soccer, you're going to play blade, Chekhov, Scrabble.
No, we have a tight time crunch because people work, people are busy in this country. Maybe we will do that at one of the other conventions when we do not have maybe a long business session, but we have a lot of things to discuss. So we splash out that one of our sport. So instead of that, we'll be going. The fun thing is going to tour. Yeah. Just being together is fun all by itself. So no, we don't have any sporting activities planned.
And that Catholic school, so Sylvester will preach.
Sylvester is not a
We're going to mass.
Prelate.
We're going to mass.
Oh, okay. well, as we with calls, anything we didn't cover that you want to throw in there, please welcome to talk about it. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, let's start. Sometime after convention, let's look at the post-convention activities, because like convention can be so great, we make so money, but sometimes after convention, the fire start to die down. So what are some of your post-convention activities to keep the fire burning? If somebody, like support a child, so what are you going to do after that? Anyone can get.
I mean, since we had our first convention in Philadelphia, PA, right after the convention, I mean, the momentum has really increased. Because then we said the next convention will be in Minnesota. So then Minnesota picked up the challenge and said, we're going to do better than PA. And so they themselves have been working hard because they want to do better than PA. So when we get to the next convention in Minnesota, where we'll be going, that other area can see that they can lower the bar because PA raised the bar and Minnesota raised the bar. So you hosting the convention, you can't lower the bar. You want to do X plus to make it low, so that you can be remembered. So these are some of the things. And we always, like the membership chair said, we always keep in touch. Keeping in touch is one of the key, keeping in touch and mobilizing people and just checking on people to see how they're doing. And we usually have meetings. We have our monthly meetings, for all members. The executive committee meets all the time. We never leave a long gap for the momentum to die. So that's one of the things that have been helping us.
Thank you. And follow up. Oh, sorry, Reggie, you're getting feedback. Sorry. Yeah, follow up is very important because how do you pick up from the last one to this one? So, Reggie, go ahead.
No, saying in addition to what Professor just said.
We're getting feedback. That's why. Maybe do you have like something plugging closer to
Are you using a headphone or plugging something?
No, that's not me.
Okay, now we don't hear it, so it's you.
But
go ahead. Go ahead. We'll manage. Unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry. No, I was saying in addition to that post-convention, what we typically do and what we're going to do is going to be about execution. That is focusing on delivering services, delivering money, executing the programs and strategic plan to Carroll High. We'll have a goal, and at the convention we agree on what we're going to do for the school over the year. So execution will be important, so that when we get to the next convention, we'll have be reporting on what we have accomplished. We said we're going to do this, and this will be this. So most of the work will be what can we do for Carroll High? People will be visiting Carroll High. We will be executing. We'll be following up on all those activities that we have in the strategic plan.
Thank you. You can go out and come back because I want to get your closing comment. Very powerful. So I want to get you clearly, Reggie. Samantha, let me come to you now on the follow up. Because you know how most convention that I attended, right? So the next convention, when you report it, they will say last convention we made 200,000, and then when they start with the expenses, then they say balance brought forward $20.69. So between two conventions, it's like we'll spend all the money on different things, right? So I want to hear more on what you're going to do between this convention and the other convention, so that
Reggie, you want to mute yourself?
right,
Okay.
so that the reason for which we are collecting the money, the things that we want to do, we stay on top of them until the next convention.
Okay, thank you. So, Reggie has spoken extensively on the strategic plan, and that is our guide for the next 5 years. So between conventions, what we'll be doing is implementing whatever we said we were going to be doing for the school. We will stay engaged with the parish and with the Catholic Educational Secretariat. We will also stay engaged with the Alumni Association back home and the students, just as we have done over the year, to send people down there, back in Liberia, back in Yekipa for fact-finding missions. We'll also be doing that. And at the same time, we'll also try to build our membership base, and maybe Bill can speak more to that, because we are not at our peak yet. This association that you see, we have more members scattered around the world, and some of them, when you finally get to them, they are like, oh, I don't know. Even with social media, we have a Facebook page. There are several Yekipa groups. We try to put information there, but still there will always be people who have not heard about this organization and what we are trying to do back home. So we will stay engaged in those efforts. And then we also are very accountable to our donors for every penny that we receive. We do regular reporting. As soon as this convention is over, we'll be doing a report which we'll share with the leadership and then the board. We have a board. We are that organized. We have a board, and we practice all of the norms when it comes to accountability. So we definitely are going to be busy. Convention 2025 ends. That is not going to be all for the association. We will still keep engaged.
Thank you. I want us to conclude on your closing. Just say anything you want to say that we didn't mention, and I want you to also tell me your most exciting Carroll High moment as we close.
Okay.
Reggie thinking about that very hard because he was business study.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to you and your team for having us on this show. It will go a long way in keeping people aware and informed of what we are doing. We're happy to be part of your platform today on this show. And I will end with encouraging everyone to join us. Even if you're in a state far away, you are in a country far away, but you're in the diaspora, this doesn't stop you from still joining us in this endeavor to support our student and strengthen our legacy. That's why we say the internet makes the world a global village. We still have our website. You can go there and sponsor a student. You can even buy a ticket. We have people who have bought tickets. Some alumni have paid their full $150 for the convention fee, even though they are not going to be coming. So please do the same. Feel free. Reach out to us. We have a contact link there on the website where you can contact us. And to talk about my best moment at Carroll High School, I'm a girl woman who loves book building. I am an academician, and it was a highlight of every period to go and see my name at the top of my class, maybe hitting your 98% average or hitting your 99% average. That was the highlights of everything that I did. I stood out tall with good grades, with good behavior, and I made really, really good friends in Carroll High that I'm still close to today. So I am very thankful for that.
And how are you on we playing NAFO?
Oh, I did that too. They say all work and no play make Jack a dull boy or Jill a dull girl. So yeah, I also had time to play. I joined the school basketball team later on, not long before I left. And like I said, I also was part of the computer club. So yeah, I sang in the choir. There were a lot of extracurricular activities that I took part in as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Membership. Anything, parting comments, and then your fun moment. The top one you remember at Carroll High.
Okay. So
don't talk about the one you were fighting somebody.
So my comment would be if you didn't attend the convention last year, this is an opportunity to be in Minnesota to meet, colleagues, former students, friends, and alumni. It's a perfect opportunity for us to network again and come together and just share some of the movement. And I would say I appreciate everyone who been, involved in the process, trying to get things done. And then thank you also to your network for giving us this opportunity to reach out to a larger audience, including all of our friends and former students and alumni. And I will be happy to see every one of you that are watching tonight or watching after the show to show up in Minnesota next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then my moment in Carroll High School, there were two great moments that really touched me, entering into Carroll High School and my exiting in Carroll High School. When you enter an institution, it's another thing, and then you stay afloat until you're ready to exit, and then it's a moment that you try to remember all what you've gone through all the years. And for me, it was a blessing to attend Carroll High School because I went to Carroll High School on scholarship. I'm a Swedish national, and my exiting from Carroll High School, like I said, it was 1990. We were the 1990 class, and we attended class for a few weeks, a few months, and then we have to leave and go into refugee camps. And then we say, yes, it's done. But then when things subsided and the brother then came back and they started looking for the senior student, those who were supposed to graduate in 1990 to come and complete, because the school was so organized that they already had a diploma ready. So for us to go back to graduate in 1992, that was the moment I really touched my heart, because it made you think that people care. So that same care, we should bring it to them. That same care. Somebody imagine the wars just cooled down. The man left from Ireland and came back to say, let me help the man to finish his 12th grade. Yeah. For me, I always think about it. I say, I must always give back. So those are moments that really, maybe to really always have to go extra mile to do for Carroll High School.
Thank you. And my nephew who went to Carroll High is also watching. That's Stanley still. I have my other nephew. Saros was in St. Joseph. Not great when the war came. So I got all my people there. So, and Stanley should be on your leadership too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Regina, let me go to you. Your closing.
Yeah.
And also your fun moment, the top one.
Okay, so fun moment. I was in a special class, as you said, 1988, and truly special. People in that class, I still stay in touch with them. We had a lot of fun time. But my special moment there was when a 17, 18-year-old kind of said the senior class project is going to be building seats around the basketball court. So we had to galvanize resources, go and gain support, build seats around the basketball court. That's my founders moment of Carroll High that I left back, that legacy, giving back. That's what we said, right? Coming back to America in closing, I want to thank you very much for what you're doing. This is a great service. And I want this, you keep alluding to this, for it not to just be about Carroll High, but you're starting a platform that we can talk about other schools and do the same. Because not only Carroll High, is everywhere in Liberia, we have similar problems. So thank you. And my charge to you is that promote education, have more of these kind of discussions on your show so we can make Liberia better for all.
Thank you. Thank you. And we encourage people that love, because these days, anything academic, anything purposeful, anything that is nice, don't sell. Nobody watch you if you are not doing the worst, the one that can betray the worst of Liberia. That's what attract people. And with our 7 years, we tried 8 years, we try to stay to our core. And so thank you for those words. Anytime we hear that, we say, there are still good Liberians who want to see the best, who don't want to, it's not all G's and fries. So thank you. So Lester, you're the highest ranking officer here, so we keep you last. Our people say when you're cooking, potatoes, the big one go under. So it's time for you to close us and tell us your best moment at Carroll High.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dennis Jha, for the opportunity to be on your network. I mean, just by allowing us to appear on your network is a way of giving back to Carroll High. And we don't take that lightly. We really appreciate it. When I reached out to you, you did not hesitate. I mean, all of a sudden, you gave me a green light. And thank you very much. And to my fellow Cobras, and even those that did not graduate from Carroll High, come down to Minnesota the weekend of the 12th to the 14th, because we're going to lock down Minnesota. Trust me, Minnesota will be on a lockdown, but there will be strangers in the town that everyone will be surprised. We will fill that city. So come and join. Don't miss this moment. Come, let's celebrate our school and brainstorm and see how we can push our school forward. We want to encourage everyone, like our membership chair said, that even if you can't attend, you can go to the website and try to make your donation. Whatever the Lord lays on your heart, every penny counts so that we can move our school forward. Oh, my greatest moment. Okay. My fun moment was when I got promoted to the 11th grade. I think that was the best junior class ever that existed in the history of Carroll High. We used to call ourselves the Cyclops, the one-eyed giants. The best junior class that ever existed. And at that time, I was serving as assisting Minister of Information, and I had the opportunity to go to, the school was traveling to Banga to play semantics. And I was told by my boss then that I should go, to cover the events in Banga. And so I went as, a representative from the information ministry. And, bam, a country boy standing, speaking as an information man, I felt great, At that time, the Judean were looking at me, and I thought I used to wear red, green, and yellow around the neck. I was a big boy. So, I mean, it was great. We had great fun, We had that cooperation between semantics and Carroll High. So it was a great moment. And then coming back and then giving reports, giving news in the auditorium, it was great, It was a great moment. I mean, I can't forget that moment. It was great. Even though the academic challenge was there, the competition was there, like Samantha said, everybody went to the bulletin board to see that their name was on that bulletin, for being an honor roll student. So it was great. Yeah. Thank you.
Samantha, I talked to Carroll High students today, Somebody who didn't get what you got, what would you tell them as we close? I want you to speak, look in the camera and talk to the kids that are going to Carroll High today. What will you say to them? And that will
Okay,
be our closing.
thank you. So, baby cobras and junior cobras, I just want to encourage you all in this educational sojourn you have embarked upon. Academic excellence is always key. Good behavior is always key. It takes you a long, long way. When I was at Carroll High, my mom was struggling at the time. In fact, my mom was even she was at Cottington doing her teacher's, her bachelor's in education. So I was staying with family members. It was because of my good grades that drew attention to me. Some of you are good, and it just takes a little more effort to bring you to the front. It was because I scored high marks. That was what drew attention to me and Brother Ryan. He interviewed me, he got to know my situation, and then I got on a scholarship from 7th grade. My mom did not pay a dime for me until I left Carroll High. Even when I went to Monrovia and went to St. Teresa's Convent, my first period grades brought me to the front again. I got on a scholarship until I graduated. I went to college without paying a dime. So good grades, good behavior, it always take you a long way. There are people out there with goodwill who are willing to help you, but if you don't put in much effort, you will not be seen. People will not see you. People will not be able to help you. So I know a lot is going on in Liberia right now. We have disadvantaged kids. We have kids doing drugs, drinking, dropping out of school because of teenage pregnancy. I would just like to encourage you all to stay focused, stay on the path. Education is not all to it, but it definitely is a key part in your success for tomorrow. Like the old people will say, you can't go to the farm without carrying a cutlass, because if you see something good that you need to cut, what will you cut away if you are not prepared? Like the Liberia we see now is for prepared people. So if you're not prepared, you are missing the mark. So I would just like to encourage all the young kids at Carroll High and every other school in Liberia to stay focused and then watch and see the good things that life will bring you.
You can beat that. On that note, thank you all for coming, and hope to call you back after your convention so that we can compare notes and make sure that your success criteria are being met, and we see how much you generated and what you're going to do next. Thank you so much for coming. At this time, we close with a song that says, whether you went to Carroll High, St. Mary, Beaufort High, or Monrovia College, we are all Liberians. Have a good night, and God bless you.
Thank you.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home.